Hello guys and welcome to this tutorial. This is lesson 7. Wow, we started this in the last tutorial where we started talking about derivatives. Oh, today I just have some kind of a rough day. I'm trying to install a plugin on my Adobe Audition. This thing is just not working. I don't know. I've been trying to do it all since morning. I don't know. Let me just drop that and I have to do some tutorial for you guys. So let's dive straight to what I'm about to do today. Okay, as I said earlier, we're going to continue what we started in the last tutorial. We're going to take a look at the other parts of our ribbons. Don't forget, in last year I talked about our menu bar, our debugger toolbar, our compiler toolbar, and the likes. Today we're going to start with our compiler toolbar. We are going to see a lot of stuff so we can compile our code and run our code. Also, then we jump to manager. This is usually related to projects and stuff like that. Also jump to editor, the main board where we are going to be doing all the magic. Then we finish up everything by taking a look at our logs, where we know how to read the log messages, our thread search, and the likes. Just stay and we're going to be taking a look at all this. Okay, let's begin. So the first part we're going to be taking a look at is our compiler toolbar. And you can see our compiler toolbar shown here, where we have something like a gear, this play button, a gear and the play button, something like a refresh. So the first one we are going to take a look at is build. So here is our build, the one like the jar is our build, and this is for building the current project or the selected project. Here we have our run for running the current project or the selected project. Here we also have our build and run. That means instead of using this, then this, you can just use this. So this is going to build and run it for us immediately. And we have our rebuild here, which is the one like refresh. We have our rebuild. You want to rebuild your project after I've already built it. And this our abort. The cross the abort where we can abort our running or building process. And this way we set our build target. Whether you want your code to be released or debug. We are not talking about much of code here, so you should know what we mean by releasing your code to make it for you to be able to send it to other people, or debug. So I just set my target to release. Now let's talk about our management panel. But before we jump to that, there's some things I have to show you when we're talking about compiler toolbar. Now this is our sample code, this is our auto-generated code. Now let me set build and run. Now we can see our pop-up window, which is hello world. That means our project has been built and run. So that's build and run. This only for build and this for run. So now let's do what we're about to do, which is our management window. Now if you take a look at this part, here we have management. This is here we have our management ribbon. And now this is where all our projects is being displayed, all the files inside our projects. If I go on and check this, so you can see we have main.cpp, which is the file that we are opening in project 1. So we have our files here, f symbols, and we also have some resources here too, which we are going to see later in the tutorial. Now we are going to be working mainly in this project panel, where we are going to see our source code and our files. So moving straight into our editor, which is the main workspace where all our coding goes into. Now this is our editor. This is our empty space. This is our editor. A lot of things you can do to this. You can change the settings to a particular color. We are going to be seeing most of this. We can change the theme. You can change the display, we can change a lot of things here. We are going to be seeing most of this in the future tutorial, how we can change if you want the line numbers to be displayed, if you want to split your editor into two to be showing two parts of your code. All these things, they are quite simple to do, and we are going to be seeing this majorly in future tutorials. So mainly this is our editor where all our codes go into. So to round off this tutorial, let's talk about the last thing we are supposed to talk about, which is logs. That's logs and others, and we can see that in the last part of our workspace. So we have different tabs here where you have different messages that's usually displayed, but we are going to be using build messages. Most of the time, all these they are quite useful depending on what you are doing with CodeBlocks. But most of the time, you're going to be seeing your messages, your error messages, your debugger messages, compiler messages, everything displayed here. Now, take for example what we run the other time. We have build release in practical. So let me just alter this by removing the T. Let me build. Now we can see there that our error is being displayed in build message. That's what you see. OU was not declared in this scope. Wow, that's pretty cool. So this way our message is going to be displayed if everything finished compiling. Let's just type the normal code and let's rebuild. So here we have what? 0 errors, 0 warnings, 0 minutes, 1 seconds. So this way we are going to be having all our messages, compiler messages, whether we have error or not. So another thing you're going to be using most of the time is search. So let's assume you want to search for anything on your Windows, maybe a particular file or a particular syntax inside the file or a particular word. There's a way you do that. So we are going to be seeing your search in search results. So we also have trade search. You have trade search here. Also, you're going to be using trade search most of the time in your tutorial. Let's assume you want to search for something like see out. So now this will display all the places where see out is being shown in our project. If I click here, it shows on line 7 we have what? See out. That's what we have in line 7, we have see out. And we have one match, which is fine. So let's assume I put another see out. So let's research this. So we now have two cases, which is line 8 and line 7. Okay guys, that's it for this tutorial. I will see you guys in the next tutorial.